It's that time of the week. We're here with Mike. Reverend Mike, hello there.
Hi, Neil. I'm enjoying a cup of tea today.
I made you that cup of tea.
You did, because when Neil came in, I said, "Oh, Neil, I'll come in if I have a cup of tea." And he brought it in, and I said, "I didn't really want a cup of tea. I just wanted to see if you'd make me one." So I've now got to drink it. But
if someone asked you
to
make you a cup of tea, would you not make them a cup of tea?
You would indeed. It's actually a really nice cup of tea.
It is, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Tell my wife. Because
I'm scared
she always
Cheryl,
complains
so no,
about my cups of tea. Yeah, no.
Need more practice, clearly.
So, how's it been for you this week?
It's been a busy week. We had on Monday our busiest food parcel day so far.
Yeah.
We sent out in total 25 food parcels. And we're seeing the levels go up and down. We need to keep that message going that people aren't alone. Certainly for us, we're day 46 into it. But we still got to keep letting people know we're here. We're here for the long haul. As long as they need us, we're going to be here doing the food parcels, picking up prescriptions, providing a friendly chat, and just being around if people need us. But the biggest thing is, don't be afraid. If you need help,
ask.
Pick up the phone and ask. Give us a call on 01276 66798, or go onto the website SurreyHeath-prepared.uk, and we'll get help to you.
I tell you, the funny thing is, though, I've been working in the call centre for the past 40
I've lost track.
40 or so days.
Yeah.
And we still get people saying, or what do you do to help? But there have been leaflets, there's been the Facebook campaigns, there are still people out there who do not know what Surrey Heath Prepared is about. Absolutely.
And one of the saddest things we had this week, we had a member of the public abusing one of our volunteers, which we talked about earlier. One of our wonderful volunteers is French, and this guy had a go at him because he wanted somebody who was English to help him. It's just really to get that message out. We won't tolerate that. So I had a chat with the individual and said, "Look, I'm really sorry. We won't tolerate the abuse of our volunteers, and we can't help you. But we're here to help people. We're not here to tolerate that abuse. And we're all stressed. We're all struggling. But it doesn't give people permission to be abusive."
Well, that's right. That's right. A lot of people don't realise it's actually volunteers. We're not getting paid for what we do here. And so we're doing it out of the kindness of our heart. So if you are frustrated, then please don't take it out on the volunteers.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about, now this is when
you're going to ask me a random question.
No, it's not.
Okay.
No. Let's talk about, because we've discussed obviously Surrey Heath Prepared and everything, but for this machine to work, it takes an awful lot of people, doesn't it?
It does. We've got over 2,500 volunteers, and rightly so, some of the volunteers are wondering why they've not been used yet.
Yeah.
But when you consider over the 46 days we've been going, we've only had 2,500 requests for help. And some of them mixed together into, one person can do 2 or 3. So if you have volunteered, please be patient with us. We will get in touch with you and use you. But we've just been so thrilled by the amount of people that have offered to help that it's getting, we're not going to be able to use everyone. So please bear with us, and we will get to you. But thank you so much for offering to help. The community and myself really appreciate it.
How many, not to the exact, but roughly how many volunteers are actually in the organisation?
Gosh, the last look was about 2,800.
Okay.
Which in an organisation that's 46 days old is pretty impressive. I know the NHS got 7.5 million, no they didn't, 7,500 within 48 hours. But that was a national campaign with lots of media. To get 2,800 plus in 46 days is spectacular, and we're getting new ones volunteer every day. But we will use you when we can, so please be patient with us.
That is the thing. Yes, if you have registered, then because some people are phoning in saying I've registered and I haven't heard anything. And then we take those numbers and we call you back. But obviously because people really want to help.
They do, and the new website that's being the new version of the website that's being launched will, as you register as a volunteer, we'll give you your volunteer number and say, please be patient with us. We'll be in touch with you. The current website, because it was put together very fast, doesn't have that ability, but the new one that the engineers have been working on will have that.
But saying that, the first website, the website Mark 1 went up.
Yeah.
And we're on website Mark 2 or 3, I think
we're on about
right?
Mark 3 at the moment, and this is going to be Mark 4 that comes out. So in 46 days to be on Mark 4 almost of the website is quite impressive.
When I did my company website, it took months. It took absolutely months to do.
It does, and the amount of, we redid the High Cross one a year ago, and it took us about a year to work out what was going to go where, and we're still tweaking it. So, Matt and his team who've done this one is just spectacular, really.
It is. You've got a very, very good team behind you. And I know you'd like to say a few thank yous as well to people.
Yeah, and I think that's the important thing. We've been supported from day one by businesses across the borough, and that's just something spectacular, actually. Camberley bid the Town Centre Business Partnership, got behind this straight away, as did Surrey Heath Borough Council. We're totally supported by the Borough Council. But some specific thank yous, really, to those across the town.
Yes.
You might know we're the home of Krispy Kreme donuts in Camberley, and we've been supported by them, but we've been supported by TK Maxx, in the store in Camberley, and HomeSense, their store in Farnborough, who've brought goodies out that we've been getting out. We got hundreds of Easter eggs out to people that were donated by Thornton's, and that went to the Eagle FM Easter egg appeal, which in their terms, that number of eggs almost saved the appeal for them.
It did, because it was very difficult for them as well.
It was. And then we've had ongoing support from places, as the shops are closing down, like Costa and McDonald's, the Red Lion pub in Chobham, Clever Cactus. I'm looking at my list, sorry for looking down. We're having ongoing support even now from Camberley Mosque, who've just been amazing, that bring in, they've just come in as we came to do this recording, and every week they're bringing in donations to give out to those families in need, which is just so generous of them.
Yes.
Camberley WI, Women's Institute, are doing the same. And then looking down the list, places like Next Chapter Animal Rescue are providing us with cat and dog food that we can get out to people, which is wonderful.
Which is really important as well.
It is, yeah.
Because a lot of people, they think, we need food packages. But a lot of these people, they have cats, they have dogs, they have pets.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had requests for food for goldfish and...
Well, we actually have some goldfish food in, which is intriguing.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, and we've one of the ones that have been absolutely amazing locally, Camberley Garden Apiaries, which is... the honey man, as we know him now, the bee man. And he's been bringing in honey that we've been putting in the food parcels. Porky White sausages. Porky White's based in Woking are bringing us packs of sausages over each week to put in the food parcels for free, which is wonderful. And H&R News on the High Street just keep bringing goodies over for our volunteers here in the
open.
HQ.
He's always open.
He is, yeah. Deepak is still going and delivering stuff. Needs a haircut, so I didn't recognise him yesterday. He's suffering from the lockdown haircut issue.
The thing is that you go into his shop, and it's quite a thin shop anyway, but you go in there and he's standing at the end and you just stand at the door and wave, and he gives you a wave,
and
gives you a smile.
Always smiling.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and there's great. And the other ones give two big shouts out to our two local supermarkets, really, and that's Waitrose in Bagshot and Sainsbury's, both locally in the town centre and at Watchmore Park, because Waitrose have just been giving us loads of stuff, and Sainsbury's has been helping supply the food bank. Yeah, we've been paying for it, but they've been prioritising us, which is great.
I had to unload one of the Sainsbury's trucks the other day, and I said to the bloke, and he got out, and he said, how much, which is ours? And he goes, all of it.
Yeah, it was a whole home delivery.
It was the whole truck.
So you were helping actually do some work rather than just talk on the phone?
Yes, because you said you couldn't because you hurt your little finger.
Yeah, I stubbed my toe, I think.
Yeah. So you were just standing there organising. What you do so well.
But it's... backhanded comment. But I'm bound to have missed somebody in that thank you list. People have been dropping donations at the door. People have just been so kind and generous. And we've still got that appeal out there on the SurreyHeath-prepared.uk website. If you want to make a financial donation that we can use to go out and buy the supplies we need. We're buying fresh fruit and veg from Emmett's Fruit and Veg so that we can supply every food parcel. Excuse me, that was the tea repeating itself.
Oh, sorry, okay.
We can put fresh fruit and veg in every food parcel. So donations, cash donations on our Just Giving site from the Surrey Heath.
So as well as, as well as
website.
helping, you're helping Surrey Heath in so many different ways, not only helping people, but also helping businesses stay afloat.
And I think that's the key, isn't it? When this is over, we've got to regenerate our town centre and make sure that we've got a town centre to go back to.
And it's going to look fabulous by the time we go back.
Well, the work they've been doing looks great. And that's just added even more, actually, because I'm bound to forget people. So, Poundland in the town centre, Wilco, the shops that are open are just allowing us to have priority access to be able to get the goods we need to get out to people. And we can't praise them highly enough. This is a community effort in every single sense of the word. And they're just wonderful. It's a real honour And I feel quite humbled, actually, to be a part of this amazing community.
Have you got to that star spirit when you walk down the street and people go, "Oh, look, it's Reverend Mike. It's Reverend Mike." So will people come up to you and go, "Thank you," and are you there yet?
No.
Oh.
But I did early on. I had a wonderful experience in Lidl. Having lived in Germany for so long, I do like Lidl.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had bratwurst last night from Lidl, which was lovely. German sausage. You got to live there. It's a culture thing.
I'm not. I like pork sausages.
Okay.
Sorry.
I forgot what I was going to say now. Neil does this to me all the time. But yeah, I was there and I was some money short, and somebody behind me in the queue went, "Oh, Mike, don't worry, you've been doing so much, we'll cover it." And fair enough, it was only 20p, but it was kind of them. Yeah, and I know the people in the town centre anyway as the town centre chaplain, but people in the shops are just so friendly. And, what I love is being able to walk around and get heckled. There's something special about that.
Do you get heckled?
I get heckled by some of the security staff and the shop workers because they know who I am.
Do you have comebacks, like comedians?
Some of them are not repeatable on air, but
okay.
Sometimes, yeah. There's some good ones out there. I'm ex-army, I'm pretty quick.
Oh, good.
On the comebacks.
Excellent. Well, you mentioned ex-army. Let's go into the Mike's mystery question, I think. So, Mike...
This is the cruelness of it, because you might have realised that very little of this is rehearsed, and we just go with it. What scares me even more is that Neil's thought these questions through.
Oh, definitely.
But has never shared them.
No. What I think the listener would like to know is what happened before you became a reverend of High Cross. I mean...
Yeah, okay.
Obviously, you left school, and did you go to university?
No.
You didn't?
No, I'm from Salford. We don't do that. So I left school, A-levels, and then I went working for the URC in a youth centre for a year, which was wonderful. Worked for PGL Adventure as well for some time, and then ended up doing some temp work working for Midland Bank, as it was now HSBC, and doing youth work as well. And then was accepted for training for ministry, did that for 4 years at college and university, and did the degree through the church.
Yeah.
And then my first church was in Horwich in Lancashire, which was a great place, God's own county, of course. Sorry for all those from Yorkshire. Lancashire's definitely God's own county. And then I joined the army and became an army chaplain based in Germany, and then Abingdon, Purbright, just down the road, then back to Germany, and then eventually moved here and had a couple of little holidays in Iraq and Afghanistan, and a spectacular exchange visit going to New Zealand for 4 months.
Right.
But then travelled extensively to exercises across Europe, in Canada, across the UK, supporting our troops wherever they were, and walking that path with them.
Why?
Yeah,
what made you want to join the army to be a minister?
It's something that I always felt God had called me to. When I was growing up, I always felt called to the emergency or the armed forces. And when I was ordained, I wanted to join the Navy, but then kind of fell in love and realised I'd be away 6 months every year. Okay. So the army seemed a better option because you were at home more often than not. The last job I did, I wasn't on operations in a way, was away most of the year. But it was being able to be there with the soldiers wherever they are. So when we're in Afghanistan or Iraq, you were in the line of fire with them. And there's nothing sadistic about that, but it's going through that shared experience and being able to talk about those stories. And you've heard us here in in High Cross, we talk a different language because we got the shared memories. Even if we weren't in the same place, we know what it's like to be shot at. We know what it's like to, the banter is there.
There is. We have a lot of, not a lot, we have quite a few ex-military
volunteers. We do,
volunteers.
The veterans have come into their own, haven't they?
Yes, because they have that organising, you say, right, we need that doing, and it's like no sort of like arguments. It's like, yep, sure, no problem, and it's done, and it's great, it's fantastic.
And for me, it was about being able to witness Christ and talk about Christ in the most traumatic situations and the most unbelievable situations, so that you can say, actually, it might be rubbish, but somebody cares. God loves you, and we're here for you.
I suppose as well, when you have like soldiers in that situation, they want to. All of a sudden, they do start believing in something because it's really hard for them.
They might not start believing, but they certainly start talking about it.
Yeah,
and it starts that journey to faith. And it's as a chaplain, you're out in the thick of it, but we're not armed, and it's the one thing, we don't carry a weapon, but we have the same training, we wear the body armor, and we're still at the same risk as them. I remember I was blown up in Iraq, and have a metal plate in my shoulder and some of the injuries to show for it. But it's that common experience. We're in the front line as well.
Yeah.
And soldiers appreciate the fact that you're there with them to support them. You know the families because you've got to know them. So you can talk about their wife and the kids, and you can just help relieve some of that stress. And certainly in Afghanistan, I spent 6 months there without a break, but chatting to soldiers, and they would try the best to embarrass you as a padre. But I'm from Salford. Nothing throws me really, apart from you when you try even harder.
It's what I do for a living.
It's very good, yeah. But it was just actually having those honest conversations and saying, my upbringing wasn't the most luxurious. I might now, wear a uniform and be ordained, but I've come from humble beginnings, and I understand what it's like, and understand where you're coming from. And one of the greatest experiences for me as a soldier is actually being able to stand with them and cry with them when things go bad, when you've lost friends, and people that you genuinely care about, and it makes a big difference.
I mean, in a way, I suppose a lot of soldiers join the army at 16, don't they? So they see it as their way out of
and it's
what
their family. One of the most heartbreaking experiences I had, and I'm not going to say to you with which unit, but was a soldier turning up with 3 carrier bags, and he said to me, "Oh, Padre, can you help me do something?" And I said, "Yeah, sure. What's the problem?" And he said, "I want to work out who I am." And he put these 3 carrier bags down and said, "This is my social services record of where I've been, which families have looked after me. I just need to work out who I am." And we spent about 3 days going through those records, and it was heartbreaking. But it was the fact that those details didn't go anywhere else, and he trusted us enough to do that. And even today, I have messages on a daily basis from soldiers I've worked with and supported saying, "Padre, can we have a chat?" And that helps. And I think all that stood me in good stead for what we're doing now with Surrey Heath Prepared, because whether we like it or not, we're fighting an enemy, and it's an enemy that we can't see, that mutates, that changes. It's so much easier when it's somebody with a gun that's going to fire things at you. You can take precautions.
Yeah.
The greatest precaution we've got is washing our hands and socially distancing. And people need to remember that together we can fight this enemy, but we need to do it together by staying at home, protecting the NHS, and then saving lives. Socially distancing and not coming out of this lockdown too soon. And we can fight the war against the enemy that is coronavirus.
Yeah.
We just want people not to die.
That's what it comes down to.
And we've had 2 church members sadly die because of the coronavirus, got another seriously ill. And we're all going to know people that have suffered as a result of this. And this is real. And, please ignore the advice that President Trump gives you, but listen to the advice from our own government.
Yes, stay at home.
Stay at home, protect the NHS and save lives.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for that.
It's a pleasure.
That's quite a heartwarming conversation. I didn't expect it to go quite that way.
We never know where these are going to go.
I know. We're our
but in
section,
typical chaplain, padre fashion, we go from being deadly serious to being really stupid quite quick.
At High Cross Church, I have come to notice that being silly, being yourself, and having fun and joking around is all part of it.
Yeah.
So, our Bean Boozled challenge. Again,
we've now labelled the packets so we make sure we don't cross-contaminate.
Yeah.
So I've got one that is...
Okay.
I think it's either Tutti Frutti or Stinky Socks I've got. What colour have you got?
I
You've not got your glasses on.
No, I haven't. It's purple. Is it purple?
That's either canned dog food or chocolate pudding.
Okay, or it could be brown.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Right, let's go.
Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Is that dog food?
Yeah. That's dog food. There's definitely a meaty flavour there.
I got Tutti Frutti. It's really quite nice.
Oh, you jammy person.
Excellent.
Should we do another one? Oh. How are we doing for time, Jack? We're fine.
I think he's fallen asleep.
Yeah. He hasn't hit one of his little sound pads yet. I'm waiting for that.
No, or started waving at us. Yeah. At least he's remembered. This is, we should say this is the second take. The first time he forgot to press the button, didn't he?
Yeah, I know. And that was after about 2 seconds that was, yeah.
Right. I've no idea what this one is.
This is orange.
Oh, you've got orange. I've got yellow, but it doesn't look like the yellow one on the box, so I'm intrigued. Okay.
Oh, that's nice. That gets rid of the taste of the dog food.
That was nice as well, but I'm not sure that was one that was on the box. But they're good. These were from the sweet shop. Closed at the moment, but by Poundland in the town centre, the new little sweet shop that's opened.
Oh, yes.
Really good sweet shop. I must admit, I do like the licorice that you get in there.
It's more oldie woldy sweets.
Oh, it's lovely. It is.
You
lovely.
walk in, and you know what the best thing I like about it? It's customer service. He's there, or they're there, and they help you.
Yeah, and they'll let you taste a little sweet if you're not sure.
Yeah. No, I do like the new sweet shop.
I must admit, they've started doing that in pubs now, aren't they, as well? Do you know if you're not sure of the pint, they'll give you a little sampler?
Will they?
Or is that just me?
That's just you, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
can
fair
I
enough.
taste that one? Can I taste that one? Can I taste that one?
Save a fortune.
You would do, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's when you turn up at the table with a round and they're like little thimbles. There you go. Have one each. Right. Thank you very much, Mike. We will see you next week.
It's a pleasure. And above all, people stay safe and stay home. And we'll get through this together.
Will do. Thank you very much.
Okay, God bless.